we take a look behind the scenes at the restaurant run by our doctor-in-the-house chef, Anthony Kendall, to find out what he really gets up to.
Smack, smack, smack. Go, go, go. My philosophy on cooking really stems from my background. My mum's Italian, but she, for a strange reason, grew up in India. So she had a very mixed upbringing, and that reflected in her cooking style. And that's what I've carried forward. It's this kind of Italian, Mediterranean, but Indian, Eastern influence as well. I set the restaurant up as my first sole venture in, oh crumbs, I think it's October '95 now. So it's coming up to 6 years. And it's been going really well. I've always wanted to own my own restaurant, but I decided to study hotel management, get an academic sort of background to the industry, and then pretty much teach myself about the cooking side. So that's what I've done. It's very creative. I can do my own thing. I'm my own boss. I hire and fire who I like. I put on the menu what I like, when I like. But it is hard work. All the onus at the end of the day is on you. There's a lot more to it than cooking. That's the one big thing.
Hi guys, check on 3 eggs, 2 plus 1 fish cake, 2 fish and chips, a lamb and a chicken.
It's magic. It's fine. You just got to keep concentrated, keep focused. And it's all about timing. It's just something you pick up with practice. Table 10, they've got the 1 lamb fillet. You can have a honey roast chicken with risotto cake and 2 fish and chips, poisson frite. Strategically placed carrot. The other problem we've got tonight is we're 1 waitress short in the restaurant. And we've got lots of twos in. Twos are much more work for the front of house staff, so we're going to have to help them by taking food out, which is fine. Customers quite like it. Nowadays, I get the impression there's a lot more awareness on healthy eating, definitely, and it's something that's a real personal interest of mine. In fact, I'm starting an offshoot business of this, which is going to be very much concentrating on a healthy aspect to the food on offer, and health in the broader sense, because that actually means a lot more about what you include in your diet than what you exclude. At least that's my philosophy. It's about balance, and it's about getting in those vitamins and minerals, which we often leave out, especially in the processed food sector. You end up with a lot of things that they call empty calories, which are food items that provide energy but little else because it's all been weeded out. Table 5, here we come. Take care then, see you. Whew. Okay, all we've got to do now is the washing up. Joy.
Chefs don't do the washing up, do they, Anthony?
You'd be surprised.
Yeah, I would be in your case. That was quite a busy night. It's quite stressful.
It was, yeah. That's run of the mill for me. That's my weekend. A couple of nights like that, and yeah, it keeps you on your toes. So.
How many people did you have in then?
We must have done about 45 to 50 that night, I think, yeah.
I think most people find, the idea of catering for 4 guests even, is a bit of a nightmare and requires all sorts of logistics. And
it's really a scaled down version of what we do every night. So in theory, the principles are the same. And I've got some tips if you want.
Yeah, what's your number one?
Well, I've got 5 tips for the top,
right.
Okay, and it's all really about organisation. It's about thinking it through. Number 1.
It's 6 years experience you've had in your own restaurant.
Yeah. And believe me, I've made some of these mistakes before. So number 1 is don't experiment. Quite simply, don't experiment on your guests. If you want to do new exciting dishes, test them first on yourself, on your family.
Or your wife.
Exactly. But don't do something straight out of a book that looks fantastic for the first time to guests, because you're going to put yourself in with the possibility of making a mistake or not coming or it not turning out right. Maybe the recipe's wrong.
Yeah. Okay.
Wouldn't be from my book, but obviously.
So, number 1, tried and tested. What's number 2?
Number 2 is organise your recipe. Go through all the ingredient requirements first and get them out in front of you, laid out in little dishes, quite similar to the way I work here, so that you don't have to start thinking about, Christ, I've got to chop an onion now. Oops, but the oil's already hot. have it all ready to go in chronologically, one after the other.
Okay, number 3.
Well, number 3 is quite simple, and it sounds a bit sort of Mickey Mouse-ish, but it's use a timer. If recipes require things to be timed, and they more often than not do, if they require something to be timed, use a timer, even if it's for 1 minute. In fact, I find small increments of time are much easier to forget about and to burn something than if you whack something in the oven for an hour, generally during that hour you'll think, oh Christ, I'd better go and check.
Whereas I've always used the timer.
Yeah, but even if it's a 1 minute, the recipe says boil asparagus for 1 minute, use the timer.
You can often do something else and forget about it. Okay, number 4.
Number 4 is pick a menu that's going to allow you maximum time with your guests.
Yes.
It sounds simple, but
no, I know what you mean.
I very often used to get wrapped up into trying to do something really impressive, but that would revolve around the kitchen and me spending a lot of time in the kitchen, and that kind of defeats the whole object of entertaining. Your guests don't want to be left to talk amongst themselves with you gone for sort of 45 minutes.
Well, I cooked for about 10 people for my birthday last year, and I was, A, the food was an hour late, B, I was in the kitchen for about 2 hours trying to get it sorted out. By the time I did finally deliver it, they were all a little bit too pickled to enjoy it, and I was stone cold sober and not a happy man.
So do that, pick a menu that's going to give you maximum time with your guests. In other words, items that you can get prepared ahead of time and just finish off, essentially.
Okay. The cool host is the one who just disappears about 5 minutes before dinner is served. Never worked that one out.
I tell you what, it looks great when it happens. You look really organised, and it's all about the decision process of what you're going to cook.
And last but not least,
the 5th point is to organise your service dishes. Very often people think, oh, I'll have chicken and rice and potatoes and salad and something else, and then they try and fit it on the table. Once the guests are there, and it won't go, and there's chaos, and people are shuffling about and moving side plates and stuff. Plan that bit as well. Think about, right, I need 4 dishes on the table, and the rest is going to come plated up or whatever. It's a simple little thing, but it stops that last minute on the night panic.
And do you say there's one more?
Well, there is one more, but my real tip for the top is invite someone who's good at washing up.
Now, if you'd like to get some of Anthony's tips, including the washing up one, then log on to the website, discoveryhealth.co.uk. Thanks to everyone who's joined me in the house today. See you next time. Goodbye.